In while loop, we have three very important keywords which are available. And not even in while loop, in general, like in for loop also, we have three very important keywords. One is break, continue, and pass. So guys, in this video, we are gonna learn this special feature available in Python uh, for loop as well, and also for the while. In for, we have already discussed this in the previous video. If you are new to this channel, to subscribe it, and also if you want to go to description, you will see the video related to similar things for the file for the for loop. Okay, so let's start. So break is something that which says is an inbuilt keyword which will actually will not wait for the remaining lines of the code to be executed. It will just immediately get out of the loop and immediately after this break is being called upon. Continue is something which will just leave the current iteration of the while loop and will go to the next iteration of the in the next iteration of the while loop. And the pass at the same time is just nothing, it's just a pseudo that will help you to skip uh, uh, the syntactical mistakes which are some kind of mandates in the looping concept. Let's take an example of, for example, first is break. So this is an example for break. So what I did in this here is we have taken a variable called x and I have iterated my while from x till this value is less than 50, and I'm printing it at every inside the iteration, and then I am applying an iteration. Okay, if I run this, I get the output as 1. Why 1? Let's understand that. So if I see that initially the value of x is 1, but as it enters the while loop, x will remain 1, which is less than 50, and then it will print the x. But immediately after this first print, I have a break. So what will break will do, it will not execute any lines written just after this, and it will just terminate this iteration and will go out of the code. That is why it is happening. Just to see the difference, if I press this, comment this out and run this, you will see that this loop is printing it for number of values, number of iteration value, that is for 50 times. Okay, so this is the advantage that you can draw with break. Now similarly, in the same question, if I just undo this and run this again, I see only one. Now let's say if instead of break I put continue. So guys, before I hit enter, or maybe before I hit run, just let's understand what is continue again. Continue will do what? It will simply ignore this iteration and it will go to the next iteration. For example, it is running on the first iteration, so it will leave everything just below it and it will go to the while loop again for the next value of x if that is available. But here, because we are doing certain silly placement errors, we will have a situation. We'll see that this is getting infinite. That means my program will not end. And first, I will just stop the kernel and then I will explain you why. What happened here was that x was 1, it printed x, that is 1 was printed, and it immediately asked for continue. Continue will, without making the value of x increase by 1, it will go to the while loop and it will again start, presume it as in 1, and again it will print. And this loop will keep on going till infinity. So in order to mitigate this, what I can do here is I can simply use x is equals to x plus 1. This will kind of help me to get rid of this situation. And if I run this now, uh, I am kind of continuing also and I'm running also. But this is something which is we normally will not want. But to understand the concept of continue, I have taken this example. Now let's take another example where I am using break and continue in together. So this is another program that I was thinking to understand the concept. So what I did here is same. I have taken a while loop which is going till less than 50, and in the first condition I am checking if x double equals to 10. Then I am saying that in if and value x, I'm just printing a new message, and then so and then the second part, I have taken this x, I'm increasing the value as x equals to x plus 1. So that means it will start with 1, 1 is less than 50. It will check if this is 10, then it will enter into this code, and as soon as it enters in the code, I'll press the continue. Elif, I just take this another if condition where x equals to 20, and inside this I break. So my idea here is to, when I have a 10 being achieved, I want to continue. And when I have 20 being achieved, I will just break. So if I run this, so you will see that it starts printing. Let's do a kind of a dry run here. Add out of if else, it starts with 1, 2, 3 till 9. As the x value is 10, because it is increasing every time here, and if the value of x is 10, then it will enter here and it will print a different message, that is this: in if m value is 10, and it says x equals to x plus 1, that means x will become 11, and it will continue and it will go to the while loop with the x equals to 11, and then 11 is less than 50, and further it will enter into this if condition. It will say that this condition is not matching, so now it will enter this elif, where it says, is this equals to 20? No, it is not equals to 20. It will just go out and it says add out of if else and will print it. So this kind of messages will start printing till the value is 20. As soon as this gets 20, this elif will again be executed and it will match this condition, that which means 20 is equals to 20. Then it will come inside this and it will just break the code because it says break. So immediately after it, nothing will happen. My interrupt will come into picture because I have looped my program till 50, but eventually I'm running this till 20. So this is the magic that you can draw with the continue and break. Now let's say instead of continue, I am using break here only. What will happen? Let's see. You will see that the output got a little changed, and if I try to dry run again, x started with 1 and it will keep on printing till with this print till 9. As it becomes 10, it will enter this if condition and it will print this message, and immediately after this it will increase the value of x equals to 11, but the command comes as break. So this break will interrupt the further execution and it will end the program. Okay, so this is very interesting to understand the concept of continue and break in together. Okay, so let me just also explain you what is pass. So pass is something I told you, it's a pseudo. So what happens is whenever I am writing a program, so if I simply just run this without any pass, so my system will start giving me a syntactical error because while will accept certain line of code inside this. So and but I don't know exactly what I have to write. I'm just declaring a pseudo declaration. So I can use pass. This will tell the interpreter to ignore whatever is being written here and just move forward. So that is an advantage of pass. Okay. Guys, the next very interesting thing, let's say I am taking another example for infinite continuity. So if you see this, what will happen is I am kind of confusing my system. I'm continuing every time and I am just printing it again and again. So my kernel got hung here, but if I stop this and I have an error, not with this. Yes, it's something like this. So if I come back here and if I try to reiterate what I was saying, that continue and break has a special significance in the while loop. Okay, so and continue will just skip the remaining lines and we'll go move to the next iteration, whereas on the contrary, break will interrupt the program. Okay, so guys, I think I was able to make the concept of break and continue very clear for you. If you have any problem, just post your queries inside the comment box. And if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. The next video, I am going to play with strings in the while, and we'll try to do certain things which are more easily which can be done more easily in for loop, but we'll try to do in the while as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye bye.